God bless us, everyone.
Hello, movie lovers, and welcome to episode 14 of our Christmas Carol reviews. If you don't know what's going on or you haven't been following us, be sure to click the link down at the bottom for the introduction so you know exactly what's going on. You can find the rest of the videos on my channel. But today, we have sort of a different adaptation of A Christmas Carol, a little bit different from what we're used to. This is Rich Little's A Christmas Carol special from 1978. Now, for those of you that don't know, Rich Little is an impressionist, and this whole thing was done with him playing every single character. Yes, he played Scrooge. He played Bob Cratchit. He played Marley. He played the ghosts. He played Mrs. Cratchit. He played Tiny Tim. He played he played Fezziwig. He played the different the charity people, everything like that. He did all of that by himself. So obviously this was a lot of takes here and there, but how he did it was he gave each character a different celebrity impression to go with it. So, for example, he was W.C. Fields for Scrooge. He was Paul Lynde for Bob Cratchit. We'll get to the ghost and everything like that. But like he was Groucho Marx for Fezziwig. He was Laurel and Hardy for the charity collectors. He took them, and I have to say there was not one impression that I did not enjoy through all this, but because he was an impressionist and all this was done through impressions, I have to point out that many of the true to the book options are kind of low scores, but at the same time, it was quite entertaining, so the interpretation could have a greater score. So it's kind of a give and take on that one, so when we go through it, just be aware of that. But let's get right into his different interpretations. First off, W.C. Fields as Scrooge. 5 out of 10 on him being bad. This Scrooge, instead of being part of a counting house, he was in a boat and bottle business, and Scrooge was a drunk. He was in charge of getting the bottles so that Cratchit, who was Paul Lynde, by the way, could put boats inside of them. So the way it was done was a little bit different. And like I said, a lot of it, he was trying to gear towards the impression more than actually getting the things down. So true to the book, 2 out of 5. Bad Scrooge, 5 out of 10. When he turned good, he did a very nice job, 3 out of 5. And the transformation, for it being an impression and that being the main focus of it, he actually did well at making that change from bad to good. There was a logical progression. We got to see everything go that way. So overall, a 15 out of 30 on Scrooge. Not good, not bad. Take it or leave it. Then we have Marley's Ghost. And this very much showed what sort of times it was, because he did an impression of Richard Nixon. One of the funniest lines in the whole thing was, the first ghost is going to be there at 1 and the next one will be there 18 and a half minutes later. For those of you that don't understand that reference, please learn your history of the 1970s. There was certain tapes that 18 and a half minutes were just missing from the Oval Office, and you can look that up. I don't want to spend any more time with that one, but look it up, check that out. It was great. It was hilarious. He had the Nixon impression down pat. I mean, it was just spot on. So then all of a sudden he goes to bed, he wakes up, and there is Humphrey Bogart in his Casablanca outfit saying, of all the gin joints, of all the states, of all the world, whatever he chose, I had to be stuck here with you. And he goes from there and he follows that all the way through his past and everything. Then Fezziwig shows up and you got Groucho Marx. Get old Groucho Marx right here. Okay, I'm terrible at impressions, so really look at Rich Little. He actually does them well, unlike I do. Okay, but anyway, you got Fezziwig. It was great. And then Jimmy Stewart shows up as Dick, his friend from Fezziwig's, and they talk a little bit. And the Jimmy Stewart impression, I mean, for a guy who, I wouldn't say his most famous role because he's done a lot. He was a great actor, and we're going to do a lot more with him later, definitely. But one of his biggest roles is It's a Wonderful Life as a Christmas special like that. It was very, very well done. Then we move on to The Ghost of Christmas Present, and you got Peter Falk as Columbo. Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But just one more thing. Like I said, I'm really bad at impressions. Please don't judge this on mine. I should just probably stop, but I'm not going to. Because next we have a bombshell come up, and yes, that is right. Peter Sellers in his Inspector Clouseau shows up as the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come. And everything is right there. His mannerisms, how it goes through. And you have, at one point, he falls into a hole and gets up and falls in again, and he's clumsy. He's got that French fake accent where you don't know what he's saying, like, I'm in your rim. Your rim? Your rim. And they have that back and forth. And it's just so well done. His impressions really, really made this special. However, on all of those because they didn't really follow the book. Marley got a 1 out of 5. Past got a 1 out of 5. Present got a 1 out of 5. Future actually followed the book pretty well with a little bit. So a 2 out of 5 on that one. Oh, yeah, we're doubling our score on that one. But on the same time, for Marley, we had a 1, but we had a 7 on the interpretation, so an 8 overall. Ghost of Christmas Past, also a 7, so an 8 overall. Ghost of Christmas Present left a lot to be desired on everything, so gave that one a 5 on the interpretation, so we had a 6 overall on that one. Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, a 2 and an 8, so we had a great 10 out of 15 on that one. Now, moving on to the next 3, the one that I have to give sort of the caveat to is the cinematography. Because this was all Rich Little, this was him doing every single character, there was a lot of just standalone here, standalone here, standalone here. He did a great job making it feel like everybody was in the room, but also the cinematography and the way that it was filmed back and forth and the camera angles made it seem like they were talking to each other in the room, even though obviously it's the same guy doing all the impressions. So I have to give props where props are due. 10 out of 10 on that one. The costumes, he nailed every single one of his impressions. Okay, all of his costumes were on a point along with his impressions, so a 9 out of 10 on that one. And then the music didn't really play a big role in it, but it didn't hurt it, so 6 out of 10 on that one. Okay, guys, so that's my review on Rich Little's A Christmas Carol from 1978. Be sure to check this one out. This one is really, really good, especially if you enjoy older actors and stuff like that, and older sort of representations of things. So really check that out. Anyway, be sure to stay tuned for episode 15. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. God bless you, and that's a wrap.